Let's talk about monohybrid test cross. Monohybrid test cross. So a monohybrid test cross is a breeding test in which the F1 hybrid is crossed with a homozygous recessive organism to verify the genotype of an individual. So this kind of a test or a cross, it is used to determine the genotype of a phenotypically dominant individual. So it is used to determine a phenotype of a dominant individual, because it is not possible to identify the genotypes of the individuals by looking at the offspring. You cannot tell the genotype of the offspring by looking at the phenotype of an offspring. Remember, we said a phenotype is simply the physical appearance of an offspring. So by looking at an offspring, you cannot tell the genotype of that offspring. That is, for example, if we have the genotypes for color, let's say red, we can have a heterozygous red or a homozygous dominant red. So by looking at the phenotype of these two traits, we can only see the color, which is red, but the genotype may be heterozygous or homozygous dominant. So that's why we need to conduct a test cross to know the genotypes. So the physical appearance does not show whether the organism is homozygous or heterozygous. So to find out which one it is, we need to conduct a test cross with a homozygous recessive. So we need to cross that offspring which we want to know the genotype with a homozygous recessive with the one we know, to say this one, its genotype is homozygous recessive. So by conducting a test cross with a homozygous recessive, we'll be able to tell whether the unknown offspring is heterozygous or homozygous. For example, you may if you may wish to know the genotype of a purple flowered plant, you are interested in its pure breeding or not. So if you want to know if a purple flowered plant is a pure breeding or not, what you should do, you can get another flower of which the genotype is known and it is recessive. You cross it with the purple flower. So supposing in this example that the white flowered plant is homozygous recessive, so you can perform a test cross of a purple flowered plant with a homozygous recessive plant. So if half of the progeny, which is the offspring, test are purple, so if half of the offspring produced between the homozygous recessive and the unknown purple flowered plant is purple and the other is white, then the parent or the genotype of the parent is heterozygous. So the genotype of the unknown parent will be heterozygous. But if all the offspring or the progeny of or offspring of the test cross are purple, then the parent is confirmed to be homozygous dominant. So you can conduct a test cross. Let's say we have unknown plant which is purple. So purple can be homozygous dominant or homozygous recessive, like this. So what you do, you conduct a test cross with one of these genotypes, and then if we find that or you conduct a test cross with a recessive homozygous plant. So a homozygous plant can have only recessive alleles, and they cannot express themselves in the presence of a dominant allele. So if you have two dominant alleles which are purple, so if you cross with a recessive with a recessive homozygous plant, all the offsprings here are going to be purple. But if the genotype of the purple flowered plant, which we don't know, is heterozygous, then half of the offsprings is going to be purple and the other half is going to be white. If at all we are using a plant which is homozygous white and it is recessive. So to illustrate that, we are going to have this diagram here which shows a purple flower of which the genotype is unknown, and we assume that this flower, purple flower, is homozygous dominant in the first case. Then we cross it with a homozygous recessive white plant. So if you cross a homozygous recessive and a homozygous dominant plant, all the offsprings will express the characteristics or the traits of the dominant alleles. So in this case, all the offsprings are going to be heterozygous purple color. Then if that will be the result after the test cross, then we can confirm to say the unknown color is homozygous dominant. But if it is heterozygous, then if we cross it with a recessive white plant, we are going to have half of the offsprings are going to be purple and half are going to be white. Then we can confirm to say the parent genotype is heterozygous. So that's how you can conduct a test cross. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave your comment in the comment section below.